Well, Christmas came earlier today. Got this column in, along with some other good stuff. I got a gas lens for my TIG welder from Weldmonger for my new TIG torch, my WP9 or whatever, the small torch. But anyways, so this showed up along with this pillow bearing for the firewall and ground wire for the EPAS setup, and along with the Saturn View EPAS. So if I end up needing to use this bolt flange is different, this spline is different, so I do actually have to get a column to match that, because I need this piece out of the column and I need the column piece out of the column. But anyways, on to what this video is mainly about, which is just a quick review of this eBay column. Surprisingly, it is stainless. It was 180 bucks roughly shipped. It is stainless. It has this nice long GM cord. The ididit one's quite short. It's kind of nice to actually have some extra slack, because I planned on actually changing this to a Deutsch connector and get rid of this long ass thing that I don't really like the way it locks in with this little clippy tab. Anyways, so I wanted to change to a Deutsch, and having some extra length was nice, because then I could braid it and have a loop. I could just wrap it around the column, plug it, be done with it. The downside is, I don't think this is gonna work unless someone has gotten one of these and has taken it apart successfully and can tell me how. Fill me in, because I don't see a way to. So to go over, this is definitely different from the ididit. It seemed like it was the same basic design, but it apparently is quite a bit different. So first off, first thing I noticed, there's no roll pin at the bottom to hold this cap in, which leads me to believe that this cap is just press fit in. Second, this top, what the F is going on with this? So it came with a nut on it, a little spacer, this loose piece that's not held on with a snap ring like the ididit was, and also it's got the little spring in here, but it's got this nut back here that holds the column in. I did actually pull that loose and pulled this nut, and surprisingly I thought that nut would hold the column in. Apparently not, but I figure it's got a tilt mechanism, a ball in here, so I'm guessing the ball is what's holding it up. That's the only thing. So to get to that ball, you would normally have to take this top sleeve off. You can't take this sleeve off without getting the blinker mechanism out, because the bolts are underneath it. I pulled the 3 bolts out of the blinker mechanism, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out a way to get it out of the column. Then I realized this lip here, it looks like they put a die on it and rolled this in. And I don't know how they finagled this blinker mechanism in with this rolled lip, because it wants to snag and catch on it. I tried to angle it and twist it and rotate it and whatever, couldn't get it. Then I started thinking, well, maybe the cables are binding it up and I just can't get enough length on it to pull it out. These seem like they're pinched somewhere, like they're held. I tried to feed it in or pull on it, and it doesn't want to feed to this blinker mechanism at all. Like, it didn't want to come out at all. This collar piece, it like twists. I thought maybe I could like turn it a certain way and slide it down and access something from here. Maybe I thought the wiring, you can see coming out of the column right there, I thought maybe it's got a little clamp or zip tie there that's holding it from moving. I couldn't figure out how to slide this. I don't know if it just pops on. I didn't want to do too much to it to risk damaging the column, because I'm more than likely going to send it back. If I can't take it apart, I can't cut it. If I can't cut it, I can't use it for that. And I already got a normal column that I can take apart. So why keep this thing? Granted, I could swap this column to that, but so that brings me to the next thing. Since all this is like it is, the way this is held in is with this front nut, which means you have to have this weird adapter thing able to slide on. Here, I'll rotate this nut off here so I can show you. So that has to be like so. This big monstrosity of a block is pretty much, what I can tell, is made for this column, which means I can't use my own to adapt my steering wheel. So yeah, it pushes on like so. And it goes down a little bit further, but it's hard to do one-handed with spring. But yeah, that's more or less how it goes on. And it has this huge bolt pattern, which I'm guessing is some kind of GM universal bolt pattern, who knows. But it's not what I use, and I would have to put some kind of adapter ring onto this to be able to put my steering wheel on, which means my steering wheel is going to stick out like way, way out. So it's not going to work, not for what I want. So what I might end up having to do is do like my buddy said originally and order one from CPP, which is not quite double the price of this one, but it's about $100 more. So I was hoping I could save some money going this route, and it was, you know, I had a feeling that this double D shaft here was sleeved. I figured this is 1 inch and it has a 3/4 that slips into it and it's pinned, so it would make things easy for that aspect. But so anyways, unless someone knows how to take this apart, it's going back. I like the fact that it's stainless. It's, in my opinion, it's not as nice looking the way this is done with this. It'd be nice if it was matching metal, but this almost looks like it's aluminum and this is stainless. Could be wrong, but I don't know. But anyways, so that's this project's going to be on hold again until I can find a replacement column that I can disassemble and continue with. But on the plus side, I drove this, now that I pulled the rack apart and made it manual, it drives so much easier without that hydraulic system being a fighting factor. It is so much nicer to drive. So I can keep driving it like this for the time being until I can get another column, and I'll do another video whenever I get to that point. But anyways, if you're looking for just a straight up GM style tilt column, $180. If you don't have a specific wheel in mind and you just want a custom wheel, this adapter will probably work for you. I don't know what this pattern is. I'd have to look on the eBay page. But just search eBay for stainless GM tilt column and it should come right up. But it's not a bad piece from what I can tell. It's just not friendly for doing what I want to do. One other thing to notate, it looks like, even though these are stainless, so the column doesn't rust, it looks like maybe these were shipped in some salty airs maybe, I don't know, or they were stored in a warehouse. If anyone's ever ordered China parts and taken them apart, you know that sometimes you find rusty stuff. Like my V-band clamps, I ordered the cheap Chinese ones. A bunch of times the hardware will show up rusty. On these little screws inside of here, one of them was corroded pretty bad. The rest were fine. I don't know why the one was corroded bad. Anyways, other than that, this thing was fine. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Later.